you guys, it's Channon Rose, and in today's video I am going to be sharing my ultrasound results with you guys from my last IVF appointment. For those of you guys that don't know or are new to this, I am Shannon and I cannot get pregnant naturally. I don't have any fallopian tubes. They were removed from a previous ectopic pregnancy. My husband and I are doing IVF. We have had a very long fertility journey that's lasted years and years and years, but we were so lucky and were able to get our little baby girl, Snow, who's our little miracle baby. It's been quite some time and we decided that we wanted to try for another baby. So we are documenting our whole IVF journey, and this is just one of those videos. If you're new and haven't seen the other ones, I will do my best to try to link below some of our old fertility videos to kind of catch you up to where we are now if you are brand new. If you kind of have an idea of IVF and everything that we've been going through, I'm just gonna catch you up from where we are now. So I recently posted on my Instagram at my last appointment, basically signing for one of the payments, and I got a kind of like a shocked reaction from a lot of people that were like, wow, we knew it was expensive, but we didn't know it was that expensive. And so I kind of wanted to let you guys know how much it costs, because I feel like that is something that maybe I don't know if other people talk about it or not, but basically our treatments all together, because we're having to start all over from the beginning, are going to be anywhere between $20,000 to $30,000, and that's all out of pocket because our insurance doesn't cover anything. They don't cover like a penny. So it is very expensive. And at our last visit, by the way, really quickly, I want to talk to you guys about a app. It's totally free. It's called Abridge. I don't know if you guys have heard of this before, but it's actually becoming really popular, especially for people that do IVF or just anybody really that has any medical issues, or even just regular people that go to the doctor and can't remember like some things that were said. One of the reasons I'm nervous is because I don't even know if I'm doing this right, It's like they kind of just show you something and then they're like, here you go. Yeah. Go inject yourself at home with all these medications.
Yeah, and it's a lot, like when you're
remember. I don't remember how to do this, babe. I'm like so confused. Abridge is an app, and I'll show you because this has been like a lifesaver for me. It looks like this on my phone, and basically what it is, it's a free app where every time you go into the doctor, you can record the conversation between you and your doctor. Obviously ask permission first. Basically you press this like record button and you can record the conversation, and then what this app does is it pulls up certain like medical terms that were mentioned by your doctor to help you like look up stuff and take notes and kind of just remember everything that was said. Because for me with IVF, it is extremely difficult for me to remember everything, and I'll go into an appointment, I'll be really nervous about like my ultrasound or just like what the doctor is gonna say to me, and I will forget half of what our conversation was. And so this app has been really useful because you can, it gives you like places to be able to write in the doctor's name, the date, all that information. So it's different from just using like your phone recording device, because it would get disorganized and it wouldn't make sense. And this actually does a lot more. And it's like meant for doctor's appointments. Highly recommend it. They were nice enough to sponsor this video, so thank you so much. I am gonna leave a link down below in the description box. Just click on that link. Again, it's totally free, and I would highly recommend to try this out. Also, it's a great way to remind yourself like when you were at the doctor last, even, because it kind of shows you, and you can take all those notes and you can put the dates in and the doctor that you saw. And if you have kids or multiple people in your family, it's a great way to keep track of all of your doctor visits. Again, check the link down below if you guys want to download that free app. I went in, saw the doctor, and how IVF works, a lot of people sometimes think like, oh, like you get medications and then like they make an embryo and then they put it inside of you. And yes, that's like the shortened condensed version, but there's so much more that actually goes into it, and it takes a lot longer than people think. So each little appointment is kind of like, a step forward to getting closer to be able to get pregnant, but you have to pass all these tests. Like your body has to pass all these tests. So you're given all these drugs and injections, and then you go in every couple days, they take your blood, they do ultrasounds to make sure you're on track to be able for everything to happen appropriately, or like it's supposed to. And so for me, this appointment was, I was taking, these hormones for I think 2 weeks, and then I go in for the ultrasound, and then we hope and pray that everything is happening that's supposed to from the hormones that I'm taking. And so I am happy to say, yay, we passed another test and I'm able to move forward again. So all my eggs looked the same size. That's the whole point of taking the birth control, to make all of your, well, not eggs, I guess follicles the same size on your ovaries, and then you can move forward. And so now I'm off of the birth control, and I actually got all of my medication, and I, like injections and stuff, and I start that tomorrow. So wish me luck. I'm gonna be giving myself a lot of injections. And then I get another ultrasound and another blood test, and it's basically like these little just tests along the way to keep going and keep going. And then I will most likely have my surgery either like sometime around the 11th or shortly after, if everything looks good. And then if everything looks good, then the surgery, they get my eggs, and then they take Travis's sperm and they make the embryos. And then 5 days after is kind of like when we find out if any survived. Now this is a sore subject for me, and I'm gonna try not to get emotional, but because I was like a lot younger the last time we did IVF, my doctor was very, what is the word, optimistic that we were gonna get tons of embryos and like we would be totally fine. And so that's just what we were assuming. We had never done this before. We were very new to it. We didn't really know what to expect. And so when we found out that we only had one surviving embryo, we were really devastated because we didn't know if it was gonna work, and then we wouldn't have any more chances after that. Thankfully, it was just that one embryo, and that became our miracle baby. And we are so, so grateful for her. Ugh, you don't even know. I'm like, she's my whole world. And if for some reason I wasn't able to have another baby, I'm just so grateful that I have Snow. I really don't want to cry in this video. So like, you know, I'll be okay. For some reason, this IVF cycle, we don't get any surviving embryos. I will just remember to stay strong and know that everything happens for a reason. And at least I'm very grateful I have Snowy. But it is difficult because you pay so much money, and you know, you put your body through all of this, and you really want it to work. And I really do want to give Snow a sibling. So I'm hoping that after that 5 days that we do get at least one embryo, so that we can at least try, you know, to implant and have another baby. But you never know, and sometimes it can not work. So, you know, not work meaning not even get embryos. So that happens to some people. We were very close to that being us, and you know, it's devastating, but it happens. So you kind of have to like mentally prepare yourself for that. And so that's what I'm doing. But yeah, so basically so far the ultrasound results are all looking amazing. Everything's looking really good and like it's supposed to. And like I said, I start the injections soon, and I will just keep you guys on board and let you know. But I do want you to know also that like I'm not going to be pregnant, you know, like at the end of the month. Like that's not how it works. So how it works for me at least is once I do the surgery, they do the embryos, they have the eggs, and then 5 days after we know basically if any embryos survived, and if they did, how many we have. And then what they do is they take those embryos and then they freeze them. So we're not doing a fresh transfer. Some people do like a fresh transfer where 5 days later the implant. My doctor wants to let my body rest and heal up from all the injections and medications and the surgery. So that's what we're gonna do. We're basically gonna freeze the embryos, or hopefully we have embryos that we're gonna freeze. And then once we freeze those, we're gonna let my body rest for about 6 weeks. And then the doctor says that we can do the transfer. This is the thing. I have implants, and one of them I have capsular contracture, which means that it's extremely painful, and it's like deformed. It's really messed up. I don't really know how to explain it, but I really want to get my implants out. I've asked doctors like if I got them out, will it affect me being able to breastfeed in the future? And they said no. Really the only thing I think that can affect breastfeeding is if you get a lift, or like mess with the nipple area, and we're not doing that. So I just want to get the implants out, get the capsules out, because I heard they're really not good for you. They're making a lot of people sick. And so I know that I have some sort of like autoimmune thing going on, and I've been diagnosed with stuff, and then we don't really know. Something's not right. I just want to get my implants out. And so I was planning on getting my implants out during this 6-week rest period that I'm supposed to be resting my body. The problem is that I've talked to doctors now, and they're like, we want you to wait 6 months after you finish breastfeeding. And so I was like, oh, I don't think I can wait that long to do that, because the longer I wait to transplant this embryo, the lower my chances get of getting pregnant, because I'm older. So for a little bit of a first world problem conundrum over here, I don't really know what to do. I don't know if I should just leave the implants in and then, worry about it afterwards, because I'm not planning on putting new implants in. I'm just planning on removing them completely. And so I don't know. I'm going to talk to a couple more doctors and see if it's okay to do it within 3 months. I think their concern is they just want to make sure the breast milk is completely dried up. I don't know if there's like a medical reason for that, or I don't know. I still have to get some more information. So I'm either going to, if I end up keeping the implants in, I will transfer right at that 6 weeks, and then, within a week or so, I'll know if I'm pregnant. So I'm going to make sure to keep you guys all completely posted on everything. So definitely stay tuned. And yeah, I'm just going to walk you through every step of the way. If there is anything that you guys want to know more about, like more in detail about the costs of IVF, more in detail about like the steps, because I know I kind of go over everything like pretty quickly. If you want more in detail or in-depth videos about any of that, please let me know. But for the most part, these are kind of just little sit-down update vlogs to let you guys know where we're at right now in our IVF cycle. So thank you guys so much for watching this. Thank you so much for all your love and support. It really does mean so much to us. I love you guys, and I am really excited to share this next journey with you. So thank you for watching again. I'm sending you all my love and all my positive energy, and I hope to see you in my next video.